Covering the northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. April 1st marked the close of the crawfish season. The seasonal harvesting of the delicacy was put in place to ensure sustainability of the popular seafood. Meantime, a town meeting was held recently to focus on conch conservation in the Western District at the Mary Magdalene Hall. Conservation practitioner with the Nature Conservancy, Natalie Miolisis, says the organization has been collecting information from fishers across Grand Bahama, and they are now sharing the results from the survey to confirm its accuracy.
But it seems that the community members are agreeing with the results from the survey, and there are concerns within the conch fishery that the conch fishery needs to be better managed, and that they'd also like to find outlets, more and diverse outlets for their conch, and that they want us to create a sustainable product for their conch.
She says working with the West End community has been a wonderful experience.
We need to continue to work directly with fishermen and directly with communities to better manage our fisheries. And without speaking directly to a fisherman, we are missing a huge knowledge gap when it comes to management. And there are many lessons to learn from working directly with a community. So I encourage everyone to go into your community, engage with your community, and learn from your fishermen.
More Bahamians have answered the call to get involved in agricultural production and cut down on the high food import bill. Backyard farming has become a buzzword, and many Bahamians are now proud to show off their green thumb. Tonight we will meet a local farmer who is taking backyard farming to a new level. Following his retirement recently, Basil Pear says that he wanted to do something productive that was also relaxing. That's when he turned to gardening. Pear says that he began the process back in January, and he's already seeing his garden flourish.
I find it sort of a therapy, and I said, after the 12% VAT kick in, I said, somebody can beat that 12% by just putting down seeds in the ground. And I start off with the okra, and I see we had okra. Then we had tomatoes. We had tomatoes for almost 9 months after tomatoes becomes out of season. And then we get larger and larger. We start our pumpkin and corn and carrots and lettuce and tomatoes and sweet pepper. And it becomes fun.
He notes that growing your own vegetables is also much healthier.
You really know what you're putting into your fruits, into your vegetables, because you're doing it yourself. You're not getting a lot of fertilizer and stuff. You're just getting the real dirt, treating it, watering it properly, and then mixing it, turning it over, every other 3-4 days to keep the grounds moist. And it works.
Paris admits that it is a lot of work, but well worth it. He says that he actually built his entire setup, including the water system, simply by watching a few tutorials and doing his research. He says while it was not extremely expensive, the financial benefits will pay off in the long run.
Here was almost about 12, 13 different vegetables. And if you accumulate 12 different vegetables in your backyard, you'd be surprised to know how much you can save in your wallet. And it takes only about, the longest one here takes about 97 days, which is the broccoli. So within 3 months or 6 weeks, you have fresh vegetables. And the good thing about it, it's recycled. When you dig up the yard again, you fertilize it, you wake it, and you start all over again. So it's a year-round product, providing you have the green top to keep the direct sun from burning the vegetables, because some of them are very, very delicate.
Pierce's backyard is also home to a number of cockatiels. He says about 2 years ago, he purchased 2 of the birds as pets, and they have continued to reproduce ever since.
I used to keep them in the house, but after they start to breed so rapidly, I say, I might as well put up a split level for these birds. So I decided to build a bird house. Now there's so many, then I can't count them because they don't keep still long enough for me to count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the time I get to 8, they then move up and down. So I just say, okay, you all have fun.
Pierce is encouraging other residents to try their hands at backyard farming.
It is going to be a big weekend for social workers here in Grand Bahama. A gala banquet in honor of these public officers is set for Saturday night at the BUT Hall in Partners Loop. 4 social workers have been nominated for special recognition. Tonight we feature the final nominee, Keisha McPhee-Smith. Here is Jamila Music.
Keisha McPhee-Smith is a senior welfare officer at the Department of Social Services. She currently works in the Placement Division and Urban Development and has been a social worker for 19 years. McPhee-Smith says she started working for social services in New Providence, where she worked in several areas, including the Community Support Division, the Child Protection Division, and Family Services. She's even been posted on the Family Islands, where she was responsible for all areas. The social work veteran transferred to Grand Bahama 3 years ago, and she says social work is her passion.
The cases that you would see, the cases that you're involved in, you really have to have a love. At the end of the day, you have to know when to let your hair down and not to take the work home. But for me, I was always interested in helping persons, because this is a helping profession. I was always interested in trying to make a difference, trying to make an impact in the lives of others.
She says over the years, there have been quite a number of success stories, and some children that she assisted have even come back to say thank you.
One story I can remember, a particular child who I would have had that child for a period of time working with that child. I helped that child through difficult situations, helped the child when the child was in school, and they were successful in passing all of their BGCSEs. They're now in college. So I get to hear from that child every so often. They give me a call back and say, you know, Ms. Smith, thank you for really being there for me.
McPhee-Smith says when she heard about her nomination, it was humbling to know that persons recognized her hard work.
I know I'm making a difference in clients as well as my co-workers. I try to have a good rapport with my co-workers because you need persons working with you who are comfortable, persons who are working with you to be relaxed, to have a love for the job also. You need to know that they are team members because one person cannot do it all alone.
She says in the future she would like to see more social workers elevated to the point where the impactful role they play in society is truly valued.
I would really like to see the profession elevated. I would like to see more persons encouraged to come in the Department of Social Service, and I would like to see social workers employed throughout various disciplines.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
And so now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome to Ask the Doctor. Recently, I received a very simple question from Trevor, who asked, where can I get a complete physical in Grand Bahama? This is a great question, and it helps me to introduce the very important subject of men's health. First of all, Trevor, you can make an appointment with a doctor who practices family medicine anywhere in Grand Bahama. Alternatively, you can contact your community clinic and make an appointment for a complete physical examination with the family medicine doctor practicing there. I would like to commend you for being proactive about your health, which unfortunately is not something Bahamian men do very often. 70% of deaths in the Bahamas are considered preventable. That means if the person had made different lifestyle choices, they most likely would have not died. It is now recommended that men begin getting regular health checkups beginning at age 20. This may not seem like a big deal, but it is one of the basic building blocks of a healthy life, along with regular exercise and healthy eating habits. Your yearly exam should include cholesterol and blood sugar levels, a blood pressure check, weight and body mass index, as well as providing guidance on healthy lifestyle choices. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Healthy Choice was founded in 2014, April. We started off with a small menu with just like fruit salads, wraps, sandwiches, and then we branch off into other things like pizzas. We do a wider variety of salads, green salads, mixed salads. We also offer wings for businesses and stuff out there who do a lot of business meetings and functions. We do provide a wide variety of platters, you know. If it's something you don't see on the menu, you can call us and we can get it done. We can make it up for you. We are currently located in the Region Center, right down from Scotia, formerly Mario's Pizza. We're open Monday to Fridays. You can reach us by telephone number. The phone number is 602-5184, or the cell, you can reach us on 727-1503. You can also look us up on Facebook at Healthy Choice Bahamas. Also Instagram.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Rumiko Knows.